So ease the awkwardness. Dare to be stupid. Go for that crazy feeling. That awkward moment may change your life. And just like this game may change yours if you play it with friends or family or girlfriends, boyfriends, cat friends, whatever you want to call it. It's a interesting game. And I didn't find it too awkward from the little bit I played, but I didn't choose the super awkward questions, and I didn't really have someone to bounce it off of right now. So yeah, you can play solo, or there's 3 other players you can choose from with, or even put on like this live show where you can game live with the rest of the world. There's 2 sub options for you that you can choose from. I went with the classic awkward. Classic awkward's like sort of basic, you know, not too personal questions. The first example I had was, you know, would you vote for Oprah Winfrey for president, or would you vote for Kanye West? Now, for me, it's a no-brainer. I would vote for Oprah Winfrey after seeing what Kanye West has been up to the last year or two. And apparently a lot of people agreed with me. 71% of people chose Oprah Winfrey, 29% chose Kanye West. So this gives you an idea, and you get shown this like pie chart of how the votes, and like they congratulate you if you guess correctly, and they don't boo you if you guess incorrectly, but you know, they're not impressed. So the other questions are super awkward. They're more personal questions, as I think I said. The game naturally expects you to answer the given questions truthfully. It's really a good test, this game, is how will you know your friends, how will you know your family, how will you know your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, friend. It's kind of a risky game, but I can see this really good for couples. It feels like, even though it's a little bit risky because you could potentially offend your friends, girlfriends, whatever, if something comes up that they didn't know about that they would upset them. It really feels like a truth or dare game in video game format. Just it's not called that. It's called awkward. This would be an awesome party game to play with your friends, really, or whoever, etc. As long as they don't take advantage of your honesty. I mean, this could be problematic. So it's a pretty stylish looking video game. I mean, it's straightforward. It's just you get asked basic questions. Yeah, and you just see what the rest of the world or friend thinks about them. It's kind of surprising how some of these questions are answered. A few times I was surprised, like, oh, I'm in the minority. People would rather have a dishwasher than an air dryer was one of the other questions. I'm like, I'd rather have an air dryer, bro. Keep my clothes dry and get them dry quickly, because if you're on a time limit or whatever, if you're running short on time, you know, I'd rather have a dryer. But the game's presentation is very nice. It's almost on par with You Don't Know Jack, but series, but not quite there. From the questions I got, unfortunately, the questions are kind of tame. Even though it was on like light awkward or whatever it was called, you only get 2 answers ever. That's the other problem. So it's sort of like yes or no. I presume I didn't see all the questions. I don't even know how many questions there are. Just the sound design could have been better. It's not as quite as impactful as I was expecting. I mean, there's no oohs or ahs. They're like really dramatic. Like you could even a toggleable option to have it like dramatic or non-dramatic would be cool. But the number of actual awkward questions is quite low. The game clearly, I don't remember if it came out in 2018 or when, but clearly needs a sequel or a DLC add-on with more questions, because apparently like these questions are not wild enough for most people, and then other people are like, oh, what are you talking about? It gets more intense, starts off easy, gets medium awkward, and then maximum awkward. But even then, I mean, the fact that half the people seem to think, kind of funny, even half the people polled in the reviews said these questions were awkward enough, seems to suggest, okay, maybe there's some people that want like extreme awkwardness as an option or something. So that's an idea. You know, if they ever do make a sequel, I think it came out in 2018, so it's hard to say if we're going to get a sequel one day. or not. So the cost is $13.49. It's definitely worth $5 to $10 for sure in my books. I play a solo, but I can see it getting pretty wild and exciting, um, as a party game. But yeah, as I said, it needs awkward or some sort of DLC pack, something. It's a great first attempt. It just needs more questions, more of like a party atmosphere. It really is lacking on the whole party atmosphere, if that's what they were hoping to do with it. Apparently some of the people that made this are former staff from, I don't know if it was You Don't Know Jack or other companies, so I guess people had high expectations for this and it didn't quite meet it, unfortunately. But even then, I'd say I'd still get an 8.5 out of 10. It's a breath of fresh air. There's room to grow with this, with a sequel or DLC. It just needs to be more awkward, guys. Like, we need more awkwardness in our future. So keep on gaming awkwardly, please. Thanks. Ciao.